the letter C. A lot of times you get a double back, and then you got to connect this way. Always do your double back first, and then come around and do your other bend. So that means we want to heat up this top arc first. Some of these letters, you can, sometimes you can bend the letter C. I'm bending this much glass at once. I'm going to bend it so when I come around, the glass falls right off the table. This is a really old piece of glass. Use old dirty glass to do these demos. This is just a regular, I call this a regular arc, so I'm not going to try to heat up the center too much more. I'm going to heat up the ends more. So I just kind of wave the ends in and out 3 or 4 times. Once everything's ready, now you do your double back. So you don't really need your pattern for this bend because you just want to bend it straight back, because you're either going to curve it, or if you knew, I mean, if you're just going to practice letters, if you knew where it was going, you'd try to bend it in the direction that it's actually going. I'm going to bend it straight back, use it as a handle, and then when it's done, I'll curve it a little bit so it can connect to the next letter. Straight back. I'm going to mark the center, and then right about here, about how much glass I need to heat up. You can use your blow hose, so you take your hose and you hold it, go around the inside line. Find your end. Let's see how close I was. About 1 inch off. I heat up extra glass anyway, so I would have been good. Now that I have, see where my mark is? See where I'm heating? Now, the glass, this is already hot. So you just got to kind of keep an eye on it. I'm still going in and out on the ends. I usually do that until I notice the ends starting to move. And then I'll heat up everything until everything moves. And it usually works out for me. Once the center sags a couple times, you're ready to go. Always go on the reverse. So it's coming down, now come around and do your bend. Now, raise it up. To your next letter. Do that over here. This is really hot, so I'm just kind of keeping everything hot. And then I'm gonna focus on the center. Then you raise it, twist it a tiny bit. You gotta twist it. Basically, you're trying to move the glass the way it would go if it, you gotta kind of visualize that. And then help it do it. Help it do it. Now, a lot of the times, you heat up about 3 inches so you can straighten this out to go to your next letter. When you do bends like this, you want to look straight down. You would bend it up like this. And then after you get a good look at it, then you can take it to the table. You already have your letter made. So yeah, once it's ready, do it like this. Then you can pull it. And I don't really have a good pattern to go to the next letter, but you get the idea. That's kind of hidden. It goes to the next letter. Letter C. Making a letter D in my series of making the alphabet in neon. If you guys want me to make one with serifs, just let me know in the comments. I was going to do one in serifs, but I think I'm just going to keep it simple. So when you're doing this, you want to stop at the arc, end of the arc, and draw a line on both sides. You can put one in the middle too. Then you can take your bow hose and go on the inside line. And a lot of times I'll hold it there, mark it with my pen. If you have enough room, you can put that right on your pattern. Now you know how much glass to heat up to achieve that bend. If you do it in one bend, smaller D's you could totally do in one bend. Larger ones are going to be two. This old glass. We would do this in one bend, I guess. It is tricky to do. So here's my mark. There and there. I use a soapstone. I like to heat up about a ½ inch on either side of the mark. And I'm heating the ends up a little bit more than the middle. That's it. Now I'm just waiting for the glass to all get hot. The ends are a little hotter. Once the center starts to sag, you're getting close. Alright, I'm gonna bend. It's easy to twist the glass like this, but you can always fix that. By twisting it back the other direction. You're the one in control when you're bending. So this is set up for Sarah, so I'm just going to make a regular D. I like to mark my double back and my 90. I'm going to do the double back, and then the 90 is already marked, so I don't have to worry about it, and I can just keep bending while everything's still hot. So I got my pattern turned away. I'm going to hold the glass like this and just go back and forth. Takes a good 35 seconds. This is the leaded glass. So you turn the flame down. Notice how I flipped it the other way? So I'm heating it up like this. Right before I do my bend, I'm going to flip it over this way, look at it, and do my bend. You ever blow on your bends to cool them fast enough so you can bend the next one? All right. Waving it over top the fire. Keeps that bend hot. This is, I think, 11 mil glass. Stay about 3 inches above the flame, and it bends really easy. Always try to have your block close by. Even on bends like that, you still want to the block. Now you have 20 seconds to mess around before you got to get back in the fire, or you risk cracking it. When you bend them like this, not everybody bends them like this. This is how I bend. I skip bends, but not all the time. Usually when I'm doing outline letters. I'm going to do most of the heating in here. Once it starts to get hot, and wow, too hot. I gotta turn this down. Never panic. That all could have fell apart. If I stop, it's going to create a burn. See that? See the burn? It got this turned up a little hot. But if you keep it moving really fast, it won't burn. This is not easy to do because you got to keep it moving. Okay. There's the letter D. With all my little tricks. The next is letter E. Stay tuned.